Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman X5. In the last part we did some more of the Zero Space and now we're here at the final level with the Ultimate Armor. The main reason I'm bringing the Ultimate Armor compared to all the others is because, well, it has the Giga Attack. Mind you, I'm not going to spam the Giga Attack like I did in my original X4 playthrough, but I'm still going to have it with me because it's nice to have. Plus it's going to make the boss rush so much easier. But before I get onto the boss rush rant, I love this song. Look it up on YouTube. It's known as Zero Stage 2. It is such a kick-ass techno beat. Though supposedly it's also a remix of Quickman's theme, which I can kinda hear, but not entirely. Either way, first off, hi Bubbleman Stage. Coming up is the game's boss rush, which is, might I say, the worst in the series. Why? You know that level gimmick the bosses have? In this stage, they put all the bosses to around level 96 plus. Which means their health is about quadrupled. And because of that, this boss rush took about 18 minutes. Even with the weaknesses, this takes forever. Thankfully, I'm still going to be speeding up and playing music, but good lord, this boss rush is just tedious. If you're playing the game, I honestly recommend bringing Zero to this level purely because this boss rush takes so much less time with it. Maybe about 6 minutes as opposed to 18. Either way, hit the music. Ugh. I really hate that boss rush so much. And what's funny is that my editor couldn't actually speed it up fast enough in order to make it fit within, you know, a reasonable time frame. So I had to speed it up twice, technically. And here we are at the final section of the level before the final boss. Honestly, this is just here so you can either get the big energy capsules that are related almost all over it, or in order to get, just items from the enemies. Though there is one last reference you need to cram into Classic in this stage. Reappearing, disappearing blocks. Thankfully, they're very simple. In fact, you should never die to these. Though I think this pattern's actually very loosely based off Heatman's stage, but don't quote me on that. It's something I may have only noticed with my eyes, and I'm not entirely sure about it myself. Either way, here we are right in front of the final boss. Well, in front of Sigma. Which means, rest in peace, my throat! First form was weak against the Tri-Thunder, so get that out. And, I'm gonna go kill my throat now. Also, I love this background. Alright, Sigma, what body you got for us this time? Peacock. That's a new one.
Impressive. The #1 Reploid. You are. You came much earlier than I expected.
That's what she said. Why? Why did you do this?
Because of Zero. To awaken Zero from his false self.
What?
I've conducted thorough research and reached a tremendous result. I wanted to find out what Zero truly is and scatter the virus all over the earth to purify his body. But the amount of the virus was insufficient. So I used the rundown colony, making it a virus colony, and let it land on the Earth. You know the outcome, don't you?
You almost annihilated the Earth for that? You're sick! No shit.
Fortunately, there are these handy guys called Maverick Hunters, ever ready and able to come to the rescue, and I knew the Earth would be safe and sound. But alas, most of the hunters have also become Mavericks. That was a close one.
You? How many hunters have been lost because of you? I'll never forgive you for this. You're going to pay for what you've done. Ow, my throat. Either way, first phase of SigGamma is actually pretty simple. He doesn't do too much. He throws a few electric balls your way, and then he'll do this charge, which if you actually position yourself above him, he'll end up doing the Megaman X1 SigGamma wall jump thing. And that's about all he does in his early forms. He's a very simple first phase. However, it's when he's in his second phase of this fight that he gets a bit more interesting. When he's in his second phase, he gets one new move, and that's these giant energy waves of doom that would do about maybe a fourth of my current health. They come at 3 altitudes. One high that you duck under, or dash under, either or works. Oh, that's right, he can also summon Sigma Virus heads, but those pretty much do nothing, because you can destroy them. Either way, going back to the energy wave move, which he's actually doing now, he can summon one high, which you have to duck or dash under, one low that you have to jump over. By the way, sorry if you can't see them, but they flash and, you know, compression and all that shit. And then later on, especially, he'll start summoning a third altitude, which is 2 of them at once, and you have to jump through them. It's not an entirely bad first phase, and honestly, I'd say it's probably one of the easiest first phases in the series. But it can still surprise you with the amount of damage he can deal, so watch out all the same. If I can get this final hit on him, that'd be great, though. There we go. Gotta say, I love that background, though, and I actually love that they actually paid attention to get Zero's original shoulder frame in there. Either way, we know it's coming up. Yeah, warning, warning, warning. Just show the boss.
The #1 hunter you are, X. The stronger you are, the more I want to destroy you. It was pointless to have Zero fight you. After all, you are the #1 hunter. You show no mercy for enemies or comrades. Shut up. Where are you? Here I am. You can challenge me at any time. I have delightful news. I've recently acquired a new partner. He has been very supportive. He seems to have created quite a few robots, and he gave me the toughest body that you'll ever see. You got here sooner than I expected, so it's not complete yet. But it is enough to defeat you. He's an excellent partner. I believe you two know each other. In fact, he used to be a comrade of yours. He was very persistent about you, and that makes him very helpful to me. You see, X, there is someone other than me who hates you. Now feel our combined rage and die, but not before suffering horribly. Goodbye, X.
If you can't figure out who he's talking about, somehow, someway, he got in contact with Wily. And, fun fact, this body he's using is actually remnants of Gamma from Mega Man 3, or at least it supposedly is. I have to look that up on the wiki to be exact. And this fight is not easy. You can only hurt SigGamma on that little jewel on his head, and even then, only when he's not a wireframe. The Ultimate Armor's Giga Attack is really good for this fight, but he's actually weak against the spike ball thing. He also has this electric ball attack, which is honestly really easy, just the fact that I suck at dodging it. But the hands are the most dangerous thing about this fight. Why? They hurt. A lot. If you don't have energy tanks, this fight gets really hard. I believe you can actually destroy the hands, but I've never been able to. Well, no, actually I have. It's just the fact they have far too much HP for their own good. Spam whatever you have, and hopefully you'll kill him before he kills you. Honestly, though, even though I make it look kind of easy, all things considered, this fight is, honestly, probably one of the hardest SigGamma fights in the series. Not as hard as Mega Man X3's, but it can surprise you with the amount of damage he can deal to you in a short time. Plus, the fact that he has moments of pure invincibility is kind of annoying. Thankfully, second time around, I did pretty well. Though I have to wonder, how does X... either way, never mind. The fight's over.
Ugh, damn, but I'll never die alone. I'll take Zero down with me.
No, stop using Zero as a shield.
Isn't it painful to have to watch while others suffer? You can put up with your own pain, but can't bear to see others, especially Zero, harmed, can you? I'm taking Zero, the one most important to you, to the underworld. Goodbye, X.
I'm exploding. But yeah, final boss can actually be surprisingly difficult, but enough trial and error, and you should hopefully take him down. But let's see how this story progresses from here. Oh, hey, I left a loading screen in. How about that? Oh, shit. Zero? Zero! 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 No, don't die! Do you hear me, Zero? Zero!
Drop dead.
Huh? Oh no! How persistent you are. Die, Sigma. X. Do you hear me? Damn, your optimism led to your own demise. You should live. Really? That's all we get? Oh. Not yet. Actually, I want you to rest and relax for now. Hold on, X. Just for a few more moments. 3 years from then. Wow, that's quite the jump. A large maverick is broken out in Hori 2146 block. Go into action immediately. Let's go. Now, get a move on. We've been used to living in peace. Since that time, Captain X's eyes have changed and sharpened. I can face any enemy now. I'll feel this way as long as I have this saber. I'll do it today, Zero. With you. Forever. We'll be together, Zero. And that's how the game ends. With the good ending, at least, as X. Zero has his own ending, as is there is a bad ending as well. You'll see those in the extra video. But yeah, that's Mega Man X5. And how is it? It's pretty good, honestly. Not as good as X4 in my eyes, because it seems to have lacked some production values with the lack of animated cutscenes, obviously. But I still think it's a solid game on its own. The stages are pretty well designed, and the soundtrack is pretty awesome. The only real massive complaint I have against it is the story needed a bit more depth to it, because while the story on its own is still decent in the lore, it seems a bit rushed. And the other major complaint I have is the randomness, because I understand having good and bad endings, but having which one you get be up to chance is complete and total bullshit. In my eyes, if you got all 8 parts, you should be guaranteed the good ending. If you get maybe all the Enigma parts, get a medium ending. If you don't get any, if you don't complete either the shuttle or the Enigma, give us a neutral ending. Or whatever, you know what I mean. But do I think it's worth your time? Yeah, I think it is. If you ever want to play Mega Man X5, it is on the PlayStation. The PC, though, if I recall, that port is really rare. And it's on... I don't think it's actually on any PlayStation networks. No, it is. It was added September 9th of 2014. So, I'd say it's worth a shot. And, oh, it's also available on the PlayStation 2 via the X Collection, which also means the GameCube. But we're not quite done yet with this game. We have an extra video coming, actually later today, probably. That's going to have the bad and good ending and all the stuff I didn't show off in the game, like the Z-Buster, the training stage, all that kind of stuff. So look forward to that. And that's the end of this Mega Man Marathon, too. It's a bit of a small one, yes, but I wanted to just get these games out of the way so I can move on to other stuff. Next time we meet up in the Mega Man universe, though that game was canceled, sadly, Is either going to be... Well, first off, next time we meet up in the X series is going to be X6, because the only games that I have left that I can record in the series are X6 and Maverick Hunter X, and I want to end what I can record off right now with a good game, so X6 is next. But next up in the Mega Man universe is either Powered Up or Mega Man and Bass. Guess which one I want to do first. Yeah, next up is Mega Man and Bass, because I've been pulling that off for way too long. Though if I could do the Power Battles games by then, I'll try to do those, because those seem like interesting fighting games. But next up in general, we're finally going back to a series I haven't touched in about 2 years now, maybe? I know the last time I touched the games was around the time I met Kenny, so it's been a while. So look forward to that, because that's going to be interesting. And I'm more or less out of things to talk about. I suppose... Oh, I know, there is actually one thing I want to talk about. You may have noticed that they brought a lot of bridging between this and between X and Classic in this game. There's a reason for that. X5 was where Inafune wanted to end the X series. He wanted to move on to Zero after this. In fact, he already had a good amount of Zero 1 written by the time they released X6, because they made X6 with that behind his back and without his permission. So... there's a reason X6 is kind of weird and out there in terms of its plot and everything, because Inafune had pretty much no influence on it. And that sucks. They should not have done that. Because honestly, I think this is a solid enough ending for the series. Because you can see where they picked Zero off from this, especially in the bad ending a little bit. But no, we still got an X6 and an X7 and an X8, thankfully, and a Command Mission, thankfully, as well. So we got 2 bad games and 3 great games out of it, at least. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next game. See you guys then. Enjoy the bonus video later today, and I hope you have a great night, and take care, everyone.